Good morning and welcome. Please rise as we join Angela Lacerna, class of 2019, in singing the first stanza of our national anthem, conducted by Jake Lippy, also class of 2019. You may be seated.
Good morning. It's a great morning to be a member of the Franklin and Marshall family. I'm Sue Washburn, Chair of Franklin and Marshall's Board of Trustees and a proud member of the class of 1973. It is my honor to welcome all of the parents, family members, and friends who are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2019, the great class of 2019. I'm joined by my fellow trustees and our dedicated faculty and professional staff who have served as your teachers, coaches, mentors, and supporters. All of us are so proud to honor you who are graduating today. This is absolutely my favorite day of the year. At commencement, we celebrate with you the milestones that represent your launching into the wider world. We are cheering you and sending you out with immeasurable confidence. We can't wait to see where you'll go and what you'll accomplish next. Educated in a place that champions residential, undergraduate, liberal arts education. This isn't just a description. It's a passionate mission with a bias toward action. So class of 2019, let's take your F&M education out across the globe and show them what you're made of. And now, it is my honor to proclaim the official beginning of the 2019 commencement, and I invite our president, Dr. Barbara Altman, to the podium to start us off.
All right, good morning. Excellent. Class of 2019, the heavens are smiling on you. This is extraordinary. Perfect day. Thank you, Sue Washburn, for that gracious welcome and for your guidance and support as F&M's board chair. It is a tradition of bold leadership that began 50 years ago when you were part of the first class of women to enroll at F&M. Graduates of the class of Yes, indeed. You know what? I think you're right. I think that deserves a round of applause. Graduates of the class of 2019, you are always going to have a special place in my heart because you're my first graduating class, so it's such a privilege to be up here with you today. First of all, I want to begin with some thanks. Could we please thank all of the many people who created these commencement events and contributed to today's setup on Hartman Green? We are so fortunate to be outside to celebrate this joyous event. Our folks who set up are all around the periphery and watching to make sure that all goes well. Could you join me in giving them a hand, please? This morning we welcome and are grateful for our distinguished honoree, Bibi Miller, right here behind me. Ms. Miller is a bold artist whose dance and choreography explores the human condition and opens mind and soul to new ways of interpreting the world around us through movement. And of course, we are grateful for our distinguished honoree and speaker, Dr. Rahel Nardos, right here on my right, your left. Dr. Nardos found her life's calling during her 4 years at F&M. After graduation, she boldly stepped out into the world, driven to make a difference. Her contributions to medical science and women's rights both inspire and amaze, and she's a shining example of what it means to claim the name of being an F&M grad. Over the last few days, I've observed our class of 19 strolling around campus with their loved ones. There's been a poignant mix of emotions on everyone's faces. Nostalgia, excitement, regret, perhaps a little apprehension, along with fatigue, intelligence, and a new awareness. That wave of feeling occurs as each of you begins to see through the eyes of a graduate rather than through the eyes of a student. I empathize, let's try it again. I empathize. Families, friends, loved ones, you have invested so much for so long in so many ways in these wonderful young people and their hard-earned passage through a fine institution. They have learned, they have matured, they are ready to go, whether they know it or not. And while they did the work, while they grew and found their voice, you have been the network that helped launch and sustain them. I applaud you. I thank you for entrusting your children to us and for helping keep them here. Graduates, I ask you to recognize all those who helped you get here, whether they're present here today, watching at home, or with us in spirit, all those whose love and support has been the mainstay of your life, your education, and your success. Graduates, I invite you to stand and salute the crowd and give them the loudest thanks you can muster. Please rise and say thank you. Well done. Thank you. Now, as is customary for commencement speakers, I have a small nugget of advice to offer you. It begins with a brief and self-revealing anecdote. As you probably know, I'm a scholar of the Middle Ages, and so I've spent a considerable amount of time at the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, which is the French National Library. Beyond its superb collection of books and manuscripts, the BNF is notorious for its inhospitable architecture and bureaucracy. Obtaining a reader's card at the BNF is somewhat akin to the quest for the Holy Grail. It is not for the faint of heart. Only the stalwart, well-prepared, and persistent walk away with a precious reader's card that is the passkey to a treasury of resources. You're entitled to laugh when you hear that the day I obtained my reader's card at the BNF was one of the most exciting days of my life. But I wasn't surprised. I had realized long before that moment that I am a total language and literature nerd, And for the nerdly me, that reader's card represented a kind of lifeblood, the chance to discover, understand, and create knowledge that fascinated me and contributed to the storehouse of what we know about the world. There's not too many circles in which I can tell this story with any hope of an understanding audience, but my guess is that you might be a nerd too, in the best possible way, of course. Graduates, you have a very generous measure of academic talent, and to that innate gift, you have added the catalyst of persistence, discipline, a great work ethic, and a certain humility that motivates you to look deeper and push your understanding ever further. I would bet that you too have had little moments of triumph like my library card. You've had it in the field, the classroom, the library, the lab, the practice room, the studio. Moments when you made a discovery or found a tool, however large or small. When you put together a compelling argument and convinced someone older, more experienced, a teacher perhaps, that your point of view was plausible, even if the other person didn't agree. What you found at F&M is an environment that encouraged and rewarded intellectual engagement, that fed your intellectual curiosity, and allowed you to hone continuously your skills and your appetites. That won't always be the case. We are surrounded by anti-intellectualism in the media, in popular culture, and in politics. As you may have found out early in life, it isn't always cool to be smart. Granted, anti-intellectualism can be funny. It's at the heart of a lot of sitcoms and movies that trade on often genuinely amusing stereotypes of both the smart and the not so smart, portraits that hold a grain of recognizable truth. But anti-intellectualism can be nefarious too. It lives in the refusal to question. It lives in blind obedience. It lives in rigid thinking, in a failure to engage. All those habits of mind are what allow repressive systems and institutions to flourish. They perpetuate racism and bigotry of all kinds. They reinforce oppression, stifle diversity and equality. So what can an intellectual do in face of the all too common refusal to think critically and the all too common scorn for things smart? Here's my advice. No matter what, keep that intense light of inquiry and excitement shining bright. Let it define you, never with arrogance, but with modesty and with humor. Intellectual curiosity and intelligence are their own reward, but you can also integrate them into every strand of your lives. Put it to use for yourself, your loved ones, and your community. Learn for the sake of learning. Keep reading. Dig into what fascinates you. Be proud of your undergraduate education. Whether your start was in the lab or the library archives, trust that your 4 years here have rooted you in a firm intellectual foundation from which you can grow in any direction you choose. Be open to new knowledge, to new interests, new passions. They may have nothing to do with your major, and yet they may be the most rewarding experiences to come. Share your love of learning. When you choose a partner, make sure it's someone with their own life of the mind, someone who loves you for your intelligence, your abilities, and your character, someone with passions who will hold a good conversation with you over tacos or a burger with a beer in hand, someone who will encourage you to stay in touch with classmates and mentors. Our intellectual engagement flourishes best in relationships with others. We need each other to challenge ideas, to push boundaries, and stimulate critical thought. In your place of work, resist the routine. Hang on to your hats, too. It's getting windy up here. Use precise language. Articulate your thoughts with care. Help improve systems. Bring new thinking. Improve on the tried and true. And please teach the next generation the same values. Show them the value of literacy. Help them realize their potential. Do not let them settle for the lowest common denominator. What's the bottom line? Fight anti-intellectualism by helping always to raise the tone, to probe your own and others' assumptions. Do not put intellectual curiosity on the shelf with your old textbooks and notebooks. Feed it and encourage it in others. It is far too precious. You have worked too hard to let it slide now. Make your life one of constant learning and creating, using all the tools you've strived to acquire here. So what am I saying? In short, embrace your inner nerd. Wear those cords and tassels with pride. Take the creative power of a good mind with you into whatever worlds you choose to enter. I applaud you on your success so far. I exhort you to keep up the good work, and I invite you to tell me about your accomplishments. I will be watching with the greatest interest as the F&M class of 2019 takes on the world. Thank you for letting me be here with you. I'd like now to call on Joel Martin, Provost and Dean of the Faculty.
Thank you, President Altman. Good morning and congratulations. We use the occasion of commencement to reassert the college's dedication to teaching, learning, and civic engagement. It is fitting to honor members of the faculty and professional staff who help advance these values in exemplary ways. I call for Nicholas Montemurano, Professor of English, the Bradley R. Dewey Scholarship recipient, Allison Kibler, Professor of American Studies and Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies, the Lindback Distinguished Teaching Award recipient, and Lydia Brubaker, Executive Assistant to the Provost, the Richard Needler Distinguished Service Award recipient. This year's recipient of the Bradley R. Dewey Award for Outstanding Scholarship is Professor Nicholas Montemurano. He is a compelling, original, and important voice in contemporary American letters. The author of 3 novels and a short story collection, Professor Montemurano has maintained his admirable productivity while serving the college as a beloved English professor. His professional commendations include fellowships from the National Endowment for the Arts and the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts, as well as multiple citations in the Best American Short Stories and a Pushcart Prize. His stories have appeared in some of the most prestigious magazines, and his books have received glowing reviews in the New York Times and the Washington Post. In his teaching and interaction with students, Professor Montemurano imparts a love for the written word and for the hard labor of craft. Students and colleagues laud his engagement with the arts and humanities and with the community that such engagement can foster. The college is fortunate to have Professor Montemurano in our ranks. So fortunate, in fact, that the proper committee met recently and has recommended something that the provost and presidents have approved, the provost and president approved. And this is breaking news, perhaps to everyone, including our colleague, the professor. In addition to being named the Dewey Awardee, Professor Nicholas Montemurano has also been named to the Alumni Professorship of English Literature and Belles Lettres. Congratulations. It's late breaking news, what can I say? So there we go. Congratulations, Nick, double congratulations. Professor Allison Kibler, the recipient of the Lindback Distinguished Teaching Award, is a marvelous teacher, mentor, and role model. Her teaching and research are of a piece, and her research is especially significant for liberal arts because it lays the foundation of her generous and creative pedagogy. In many classes, Professor Kibler draws on the national recognition she's won for her books, including Censoring Racial Ridicule, her study of hate speech and free speech in the 20th century, The Journal of Interdisciplinary History wrote that censoring is an inestimable new chapter, indeed, in the history of the great American social experiment. Her pedagogy brings this scholarship into highly innovative classroom approaches, such as her Reacting to the Past pedagogy, a role-playing strategy that focuses students on key turning points in history. It is because of Professor Kibler's fervent dedication to teaching and her significant impact on students in and out of the classroom that we extend to her the college's highest teaching award. Congratulations, Professor Kibler. The Richard Needler Distinguished Service Award was created to recognize one member of the professional staff each year who consistently goes above and beyond what you would normally expect, who has earned the respect of students and colleagues, and who has clearly demonstrated his or her or their commitment to the mission of the college. This year's award recipient is Lydia Brubaker. In the office of the provost, Ms. Brubaker manages the voting at faculty meetings and makes critical contributions to shared governance as the scribe for faculty council, the professional standards committee, and the educational policy committee, providing letter-perfect notes. One colleague says Lydia is a source of wisdom, knowledge, and best practices, a voice of reason, and an extraordinary resource of institutional memory for faculty and professional staff. Lydia Brubaker, your faithful and selfless service to Franklin and Marshall College enriched the fabric of our entire community. You are a living testament to the college's wish for its graduates that they may lead fulfilling lives and contribute meaningfully to their occupations, their communities, and their world. Congratulations, Lydia. And I would call your attention to the citation in the program regarding the retirement of a esteemed faculty member, Karen Campbell.
Good morning, class of 2019. It is time now to honor a remarkable student. The Williamson Medal is the highest honor that a student can be awarded at Franklin and Marshall. The designation is based on attaining the highest standing in character, leadership, scholarship, and the designee is chosen upon secret ballot of the faculty and administration. Endowed by Owen Moon Jr., the Williamson Medal memorializes Henry S. Williamson, who was a member of the college's Board of Trustees for many years. This year, the Williamson Medal is awarded to Yusra Shabane. The Williamson Medal is the highest student award presented each year at Franklin and Marshall's commencement and is given to the member of the graduating class who has, during his or her senior year, reached the highest standing in character, leadership, and scholarship. This year's medal is awarded to Yusra. Yusra's intellectual curiosity has led her to study important issues all over the world, in Jordan and South Africa, as well as at the Brookings Institute in Washington, D.C. Soon it will lead her to the master's program in international relations and politics at the University of Cambridge in England. Yusra came to the college from a small town in the central Dutch province of Gelderland. She graduates summa cum laude with a major in government with a minor in Area Studies Middle East. She has earned numerous honors and awards, including the Marshall Fellowship, the Dana Scholarship, the George W. Wagner Political Science Prize, the Sidney Wise Public Service Fellowship, the Elena Stein Memorial Fellowship, and the Paul Mueller Student Travel Award. She has also done much to attract fellow international students to F&M and support them when they enroll. She is president of the International Student Advisory Board and has been a tour guide for the Office of Admissions for 4 years. Yusra, your outstanding academic research, your extraordinary record of scholarship, and your dedication to your fellow students and the Franklin and Marshall community personifies the college's ideal of developing graduates of intellect, character, and leadership. You are an ambassador for not only the power of a liberal arts education, but also for all that makes F&M such a special place. Congratulations.
Before we let you speak, we have another official part of this to do. Ms. Shaban, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Franklin and Marshall College, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, with all of the rights and privileges that pertain thereto. In witnesses of this degree, I hand you this diploma and cause you to be vested with the insignia. Here is your diploma, and I ask you to address the audience. Congratulations. Wow.
So, thank you, Dean Hazlett, for your kind words, and thank you, President Altman, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the faculty, and distinguished alumni. And of course, thank you to my fellow students. It's a tremendous honor to stand here today. Congratulations, class of 2019. If you look around, most of you should see the same faces that you saw when we started this journey together. 3 years and 8 months ago, we were seated in a very similar formation for convocation. Thanks to our classmates sitting beside us, by virtue of the professors and trustees sitting to our left and our right, and perhaps most importantly, because of the support of our family and friends sitting behind us and watching online, we get to celebrate our achievement here today. As different as we as individuals may be, we have consistently been brought together as a class by a passion for learning and a fascination with the unknown. Whether we explored that passion through classes and research within the halls of the performing arts centers or through our performance on the field, we as a class have characterized ourselves through our ambitious curiosity, tenacity in pursuit, a sense of idealism, persistence in the face of adversity, and most of all, our compassion. It has been an honor to be a member of a class so dedicated to learning and so passionate towards life. Coming to F&M from the Netherlands, I had never been to the United States, yet was fascinated with this unknown place called Franklin and Marshall College. The way my F&M career started with an exploration of the unknown has in certain ways become the theme of many of our journeys. During our time here, all of us, albeit in different ways, have continued to push the boundaries and explore what lies beyond. There's an intrinsic sense of self-determination that comes with embracing a new environment and making it your own through continually questioning it. An endeavor all of us will continue to pursue after today, whether within the United States or beyond. If there's anything I have learned from my international experience, it is that we must learn from the world in order to be ready to seize its opportunities. I am confident that F&M has given us the necessary skills to make a difference in our communities and the world at large. As all of you know, our achievements celebrated here today is not simply waited for or accidentally encountered. It is the result of an unwavering commitment towards self-improvement and the result of a carefully cultivated sense of self and an unfortunate amount of time spent in the library. However, as we were writing our papers, we inadvertently wrote our own stories, and whilst outlining our ambitions, we achieved our goals. This process of self-improvement and self-discovery has set us apart as a class, as we have combined our passion for learning with a drive towards benefiting those who have not yet had the same opportunities we had. This yearning for self-improvement has therefore been rooted in an appropriate sense of self-denial, a focus on service, and a persistence in terms of our humanity. We improve ourselves so we may better help those around us. In a way, one might say, we have become true diplomats. Class of 2019, I have been inspired by your passion for learning and your unwavering commitment towards self-improvement. On this occasion, let's remind ourselves of our individual passions and how they have broadened our perspectives as a class. Now let's show the world what we are made of and what true diplomats can do. Thank you.
It's now my great pleasure to present our candidates for honorary degrees. As is our custom, we will read an abbreviated form of each citation, and you can find the full citation printed in your program. I call forward Ms. Bibi Miller. Ms. Miller, would you join me at the podium? Professor Nimmershed, ready?
Critics have described her choreography as flawless, while others have described her as a tender visionary, a subtle social political commentator. For nearly 35 years, Bibi Miller, a veteran choreographer and dancer who performed professionally for decades, has developed dances that reach into the heart and psyche of people as they go about their daily lives. Since she formed Bibi Miller Company in 1985, Ms. Miller has created more than 50 dance works that have been performed worldwide in nearly 400 engagements. My work, she says, is rooted in exploring the human condition. Bibi Miller, for your creativity and vision for an art in motion, for your insights into the human condition that you flawlessly express in movement, and for your passion of encouraging innovative collaboration in the world of dance. Franklin and Marshall College bestows upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
There's one more piece of ceremony before Ms. Miller receives her hood, and I want simply to say that in my estimation, Ms. Miller, you incarnate the multidisciplinary, world-changing values that we want to encourage in these fine graduates, and we are so grateful that you are with us here today, that you accepted this honor. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In witness of this degree, I hand you a diploma. I hand you a diploma, and I cause you to be vested with the insignia of that diploma. We will now hood you, but first I want to shake your hand. Thank you. I now call forward Dr. Rahel Nardos, class of 1997. Would you join me here, please?
Early in her academic career at Franklin and Marshall College, Dr. Rahel Nardos realized her professional direction when one of her mentors, Professor of Psychology Michael Penn, invited her to co-author Overcoming Violence Against Women and Girls, the international campaign to eradicate a worldwide problem. The research and writing opened her eyes to women's issues. Now, as Director of Global Health for Oregon Health and Science University's Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Dr. Nardos devotes herself to the well-being of women, particularly those in sub-Saharan Africa who suffer from severe disorders caused by childbirth and aging. Dr. Rahel Nardos, for your commitment to improving the health and life of women, particularly those in developing African countries, for your determination to find solutions to problems associated with devastating pelvic and bladder conditions, and for your outstanding devotion to medicine. Franklin and Marshall College bestows upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Dr. Nardos, you are the ideal commencement speaker for us this year, and we are so delighted to bring you back to demonstrate what you have done only 22 years out past your own graduation, the way you have simply waded into a world of hurt and made an enormous difference. Thank you for putting your learning and your science to such tremendously good use. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Science, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In witness of this degree, I hand you this diploma. Many thanks for being with us, and I invite you to address the assembled audience. I present Dr. Nardos.
Wow. Oh, this has been a very long journey. Thank you so much for having me here. President Barbara Altman, Sue Washburn, Chair of Board of Trustees, the Board of Trustees, and the entire F&M community, especially members of the class of 2019 and their families. Thank you for this incredible honor. It's wonderful to be back at my first home in America. If you had asked me when I was a little girl growing up in Ethiopia that I would be standing here in front of you today as your commencement speaker, I would have said, yeah, right. Lam aleng basamay, watatwanam alay. Do you want me to translate that? I have a cow in the sky, but I cannot drink her milk. So I hope I can connect with you today through my stories, the way I connect to my patients through theirs. I was born in communist Ethiopia, the only girl in a family of 5 boys. My parents were both teachers, so they didn't have much even by Ethiopian standards, but they truly valued education. We lived in a community where food was rationed by the local government. Teenage boys disappeared suddenly from the streets as they got drafted into the military. And having your own running water and toilet was a luxury. We were one of the few families in our neighborhood who did have a water tank and a toilet, although this did not keep me from coming down with chronic gastrointestinal diseases as a child. Every time I got sick, my mom would wake one of my brothers, 5 o'clock in the morning, and asked them to go and stand in line at the local government hospital so that I have some hope of being seen by a doctor that day. My brothers tell me resentfully that people with more money will pay the guards at the hospital and be put in front of the line. So it will take half the day and sometimes all day to get in front of the line. So when I was a kid, I hated hospitals with a passion. They were dark, crowded, loud, smelled terrible, and felt like places where people went to get sicker or die. And no matter what my ailment, the doctors always prescribed 30 shots of penicillin on my butt. Not all in one day, thankfully, but still, I was skinny and it hurt. Despite my disdain for hospitals and my fear of doctors, here I am, a physician, not just any physician, but the type who spends a great deal of time traveling internationally to build medical capacity in hospitals just like the ones where I swore I'll never set foot in. I believe that these early life experiences, disguised as hardships, gave me my internal compass. They were responsible for making me who I am today, what I chose to care about, how I define success, and how hard I'm willing to work for it. What experiences shape your internal compass? What speaks to you at your core? Ask yourself these questions from time to time. The answer will be the source of your passion, your fulfillment, and your resilience in the face of obstacles. So what I've learned through the years is also that the direction that your life takes has as much to do with you as it does with who happened to be in your path, and more importantly, how you chose to engage with them. One day in middle school in Ethiopia, I was talking to my PE teacher, telling him I was worried about where I was gonna go for high school. My parents were teachers with 6 children and can't afford to pay much. He then told me that the international school in town, which is the most elite school in the country, offers scholarships to select students every year. And if you pass a competitive exam, you not only have a shot at joining, you may very well have a chance at higher education in the US. This was news to me and felt far-fetched at the time, sort of like I have a cow in the sky moment. Suffice it to say that this casual conversation changed the course of my life. I got into the international school in Ethiopia, where I received first-class education. I also made my chemistry teacher, Ms. Schifferau, who told me about FNM and its commitment to welcoming international students. She had previously visited the campus and knew this would be a good place for me. FNM took a chance on me, a girl from Ethiopia with no financial resources, but a lot of potential. True, Lancaster did not look anything like the America I portrayed in the Hollywood movies I grew up watching. I remember driving to Lancaster and seeing the horse-drawn cart, and I thought, oh my gosh, where am I? Nonetheless, once here, those incredible human bridges continue to appear in my path. From my friends who became a family away from home, thank you, Eddie, Kwesi, Abeku, who are here today, to the humble professor who thought I had what it takes to co-author a book with him, this opening a lot of doors for me down the line. Thank you, Dr. Michael Payne. To the generous woman, Meredith Rousseau, who gave me a home for several months after college graduation when I was struggling to get a job because of visa problems as an international student. And my very first boss after college, who saved my job for me when my visa did expire and I was at risk of deportation. So I guess my message for you is don't underestimate the power of the human bridges, and don't miss these powerful but fleeting opportunities to connect with those around you. Give them the opportunity to really see you. Put down your phones, literally. Look up and engage with those around you. These real-life human connections may very well change your life. As you advance in your career, which you will because you are an F&M graduate, be a human bridge yourself. You will find that elevating others is far more meaningful and impactful than most things that we define as success. So one thing you also learn, but always in hindsight, is that you can't really plan most things in life with any certainty. This is because the forces of change are constantly evolving, and you have to adapt and reinvent yourself. As an immigrant who constantly straddles two worlds and never quite fits in either, I have learned through the years to bend with the wind and not to take myself too seriously. Just ask my friends at F&M about my early transition into this American life. It wasn't pretty. I remember one night, my first year in college, my friend Eddie, who is here today, calls me on the phone and tells me that the next day, it's daylight savings. And so I need to push my clock back 1 hour. What? In what universe do we rewind time? Only God can change time. I know I'm constantly lost around campus and clueless about a lot of things, but come on. In Ethiopia, the sun always rises and sets at the same time, like it should. So nonetheless, I showed up in class the next day, and there were no students and no teachers for another hour. Mind you, this is on top of all the other ridiculous things I had to relearn, like some months have 28 days, and others have 30, and others have 31. In Ethiopia, every month has 30 days for 12 months, and the 13th month has 4 days, and every 4 years, leap year, you get a 5-day period. So my advice for you is to adapt the Ethiopian calendar, which, by the way, is 8 years behind, so you will be younger. But seriously, my advice to you is to learn to bend with the wind and be open to other worldviews. Take others' perspectives, put yourself in their shoes. You can do this and still stay rooted to your core values. Finally, I like to leave with the following message. Please know that you are here because you are privileged. And my big ask of you is to use your privilege as a force for greater good. Do something bigger than yourself. Our world needs this more than ever. We are living in an increasingly divisive world, and there is a lot of inequities around us. We're divided by race, by religion, by political views, really by everything that differentiates us. And these differences, instead of being celebrated and harnessed to unify us, they're being used to put more distance between us. And when we're divided, we miss precious opportunities to work together to address our most pressing needs. I'm worried because I'm speaking from personal experience. I've had a patient who refused to see me because I'm not a true American, and I've been told that I look too pretty to be an African American. I can't even tell you how many times I get confused for a nurse. These things do happen whether you choose to see them or not. Please choose to see them and be an agent of change. What gives me hope is places like Franklin and Marshall that see the power of global communities and choose to do their part to bridge these divides. What gives me hope is when I talk to my patients who had lived with terrible childbirth injuries in Ethiopia, or my patients in America who can't leave their homes because they can't control their bladder, is that all these people have the same vulnerability, the same suffering, and the same hope for cure. When I operate on them, they look exactly the same from the inside. I can't tell them apart. So my biggest hope of all this, however, is you. Congratulations, class of 2019.
I'm Dr. Jack Schilling. I'm president of the Franklin and Marshall College Alumni Association Board, and I would like to call forward Jacqueline Koob, president of the class of 2019. As Jackie makes her way to the stage, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the class of 2019. As a member of the class of 1989, we will be forever linked by the 9. So I will see you in the reunion cycle, I'm sure. And I'd also like to thank you because of your personal achievements and efforts today. I have another opportunity to wear this amazing hat. As president of the Franklin and Marshall College Alumni Association, I've been called on to participate in several official college ceremonies over the past year. What I'm about to do now is the highest honor in my office and the continuation of a great Franklin and Marshall tradition, the passing of the torch from the Alumni Association to the class that is about to join our ranks, signifying the spirit of the college motto, Lux et Lex. Lux et Lex are the Latin words for light and law. They symbolize beliefs that guided the founders of Franklin and Marshall College, the light of knowledge to explore in the search for truth, and the rule of law, which signifies the responsibility of the individual in achieving an orderly society. At nearly every commencement since 1924, the torch has been passed from an alumnus to a representative of the graduating class. Jackie, I'm pleased to present the Century Alumni Torch to you and the members of the class of 2019 in honor of your formal entrance into the Alumni Association of Franklin and Marshall College. To the group, the message of the Alumni Association is to advance the welfare of Franklin and Marshall College, and I urge you all to become active alumni. It's not somebody else's job. We need every one of you. The college will come in to rely on your time, your energy, and your ideas to help ensure that the same excellent education that you received here is available for future generations. Your fellow alumni, more than 27,500 of us throughout the world, congratulate you for reaching this milestone. We welcome you into our ranks and pass on to you our high expectations for a lifelong commitment to Franklin and Marshall. Thank you.
Hello. 4 years ago, we finished our search for a college that would appreciate our talents and challenge us to grow. And we looked around to the students of Franklin and Marshall College who were excelling in leadership, academics, athletics, and the arts. And inevitably, we became inspired by the impact that they were able to have on this campus. And what better way to challenge yourself to grow than by surrounding yourself with those that most inspire you? We chose Franklin and Marshall College to inspire us. And we were greeted with professors and advisors and faculty members and classmates who opened our minds and encouraged us to reach towards our passions. Over the past 4 years, we've watched each other mold into the graduates that we are today. whether that was through your travel across the world to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, your determination as a first-generation college student, or your desire to spark conversations about diversity and innovation on campus. These efforts have not gone unnoticed, and in fact, you have been an inspiration. Just as we looked up to those students before us, there are diplomats following behind us who have been inspired by the impact that you have had on this campus. Excuse me. We are very grateful for everything that this campus has been able to give us. And just as we are leaving this campus today, we are joining a community of over 27,000 alumni who are going to continue to provide us with the opportunity to encourage and uplift future generations of Franklin and Marshall. If there's anything that I know about this class, it is that you are passionate and you do not hesitate. So I hope that you hold this same energy very close to your heart as it becomes our turn to support the future generations of Franklin and Marshall. So when a future student calls out to you, their alumni community, you greet them with grace and you greet them with support so that the class of 2019 may continue to encourage and uplift the future generations of Franklin and Marshall. So thank you all for the impact that you have had on each other, on me, and this campus, and congratulations on an incredible 4 years. Thank you.
President Altman, I have the honor to present to you candidates for degrees from Franklin and Marshall College. These candidates have met the requirements of the college and are recommended by the faculty as qualified to receive the degree Bachelor of Arts. College House Dons Crawford, Butterfield, Levine, O'Hara, and Stinchfield will present the candidates individually. The degrees will be conferred in the order in which they appear in the program, and the audience is asked to please withhold applause until all degrees have been conferred. President Altman, on behalf of the faculty, I now request that you confer the degrees as listed in the program. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise?
Provost Martin, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon these candidates the degree Bachelor of Arts with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, please be seated, and I'll see you up here in just a minute. Congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Frony Crawford. I'm the faculty don of Wise College House, and it is my pleasure to announce the names of the graduates from the class of 2019 from Wise. Carly Ann Alperin, cum laude. Connor Michael Bannon. Sanders Jones Bennett, cum laude. Julia Louise Brown. Benjamin Richardson Callanan. Mario Hector Castellanos. Erin Elizabeth Cherniak. Vince Civerdelli. Grace Rosaria Cochran, magna cum laude. Calvin John Coffey. Jacob Ross. Dylan Christopher Cutt. Joanna Rulo Diavella. Dong Yahong, magna cum laude. Ziheng Du. Walner Duran. Kurt James Elmer. Devin Eugenio, cum laude. Madison Lee Evans. Sam Alexander Mustafa Fulton. Samuel Hamilton Garges. Scott Frederick Hatch. Kirsten Marie Helmuth. Thomas Patrick Hurricane. Alexandra Lake Huber. Kaylee Marie Hughes, summa cum laude. Andrew Justin Ayanu. Tajay Dominique Jackson Drake. Keith L. Cammons. Samuel K. Emily Marie Francis Cobb. Caroline Louise Kolba. Jacqueline Yelena Kopegorodsky. Grace Kraus, magna cum laude. Noah Richard Lamb, magna cum laude. Victoria Rose Lang. Mario Alex Laor. Hun Le, magna cum laude. Young Uk Lee, cum laude. Zach Levin. Zahan Lee. Elliot Trefethen List, magna cum laude. Jenny Liu. Anthony Charles Mancini. Daniel Paul Morano. Amber Lynn May, cum laude. Tucker Ignatius McBride. Allison McCarthy. Edward Quinn Mizels. Michael Thomas Moret, cum laude. Fadawa Nabi, cum laude. Emma Ann Polk, cum laude. Rebecca Ashley Prisco. Tisi Mint Pung Sisai. Tien Yuen, magna cum laude. Chiu Zhengjiao. Haley Arab Russell. Tanya Seigel. Brett Evan Schmieder, cum laude. Samuel Carl Schroeder. Riley Barnes Secor. Russell Grant Seeger, cum laude. Allison Caroline Shane, cum laude. Powell Kathleen Simons. Thomas Jude Civic. Mara Elizabeth Bunting Smith. Aishwarya Shilpa Thomas. Bin Kwang To, magna cum laude. Diane Elizabeth Wagner. Benjamin Cole Wiener. Eleanor Beach White. Ushi Crystal Chu, magna cum laude. Next up, we have New College House, I believe.
Good morning. I'm Professor Matthew Butterfield, Don of New College House. It is my honor and privilege to welcome to this stage the graduating seniors of the class of 2019 from New College House. Faisal Alam, summa cum laude. Jason Beck. Peyton Elizabeth Becker, magna cum laude. Hazel Morgan Bess, cum laude. Kathleen Elizabeth Bogert. Stephen Reed Bomberger. George Holbrook Briggs. Sarah Elizabeth Burgess. Megan Michelle Byrne. Joel Douglas Cannon. Claire Marie Charpentier. Guillaume Eaton Combe. Brandon Michael Davis. Jimmy Hendry de la Cruz. Edward H.M. Duffy, cum laude. Sarah Becht Dutra, magna cum laude. Erica Alexandra Dwyer. Sarah Beth Erdman. Jacqueline K. Franks. Nicolette Heather Friedman, magna cum laude. Luke Xavier Gibson, cum laude. Sabrina G. Graziano. Connor Mason Green. Elizabeth Cecilia Griffin. Becky Guo. Hao Kushin. Christopher James Russell Howe Smith. Jiao Shu Hong. Emma Kapner. Ryan Nicholas Kiger, cum laude. Caroline S. Clemmer. Matthew Carl Kraus. Kristen Kuzmich. Colleen Marie Lawler, cum laude. Daniel Kangsan Lee, magna cum laude. Taylor Marie Long. Raphael Yolson Louis. Liu Shuiying. Ricardo Andres Machado. Christian Brian Marchini. Sophia Ann Marcioni, cum laude. Enya Aisa Mead, cum laude. Peter Nicholas Mellon. Madison Bryant Moore, cum laude. Caitlin R. Muccio, magna cum laude. Neil Parkerson Nethery Jr., cum laude. Helen Catherine Nelson, magna cum laude. Teresa Shannon Norman, magna cum laude. Jonathan Luis Pesantes. Ryan Hamilton Price. Alyssa Marie Rafe Snyder. Skylar Matthew Richardson. Hannah Catherine Seglem. Tori Alexandra Shaw. Haley River Smith. Stefan T. Smith. Abigail Barbara Sokolsky. Vincent Daniel Speranza. Ariel Haley Tashman Robbins. Julia Molly Wiener, magna cum laude. Yu Yuenga, magna cum laude. Zhao Zhixiang. Tyler Joseph Zlupko.
Good morning. My name is Marianne Levine, and I'm Dawn of Bonchak College House. And I'm very pleased to introduce Boncheckers class of 2019, Boncheck Best House. Monica Adusimile. Richard Altamont. Chloe May Angel. Olivia Gabrielle Armstrong. Joshua Eli Aronson, cum laude. Mia Lebo Astrid. Kristen Claire Bennett. Daniel Christopher Blugis. Mama Sane Bodian. Kolade Olabode Bomodeoku. Christopher Kent Brandisi. Sarah Sweet Brook. Henry Max Carmen. Maggie Michaeline Carper. Rebecca Paige Cibarelli. Kristen Taylor Cologne. Adonis Corniel Perez. Giovanni Corrado, magna cum laude. Ryan Martin Kramer. Alexandra Sophia Crawley. Caitlin An Dow. Emma Lynn Dean. Cesar Alberto Diaz. James Schroeder Dolphin. Du Kai Win. Robin Nicole Dedrick, cum laude. Eric Joseph Dyke. Ethan William Ebner. Hello. Tanner J. Ersman. Horace A. Facey, cum laude. Ryan James Fincher. Emma Joy Fitzel Jones, magna cum laude. Jillian Goss Holmes, cum laude. Daniel Matthew Greenberg. Zachary Lewis Greenhouse, magna cum laude. Lucas D. Groff, magna cum laude. Sabrina Lee Guarnieri. Chad August Gwelly. Hannah Baird Harity. Justin Richard Hines, cum laude. Patrick Michael Hirsch. Huang Xin Ni. Holly Abigail Hurst. Christiane Alade Iescas. Donovan Bugsy James. Marlene Juarez, magna cum laude. Juliana Nicole Cagle. Paul J. Kim, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Marie Koob. Michael Daniel Karanji. Anastasia Kusky. Pierce K. Lawler. Jordan Chung Gun Lee. Joshua Daniel Goodman Lee, magna cum laude. Corey Raymond Lewis. Samuel James Liebert. Angela Ling. Turner Ellis Llewellyn. Sophia Lopez Aguirre, magna cum laude. Brandon Ramsey Lowe. Daniel Downey Lyons. Patrick Nielsen Mannion. Robert John McDivitt III. Alex William Miller. Isabel Marie Monge, magna cum laude. Emily Ambler Nagel, magna cum laude. Sophia Sejobai Newton, magna cum laude. Joseph Wynn, summa cum laude. Lam Tung Win. Thomas Dennis O'Connor. Anthony C. O'Donnell, cum laude. Ogochukwu Emmanuel Okalwi. Nicole Lillian Ong and Olivia. Pavaya Uwusu, cum laude. Samantha Chapman Petrozzini. Irene Petruccelli. Catherine Elizabeth Pierce, summa cum laude. Haley Ann Pallone. Lindsay Marie Powers. Kailan Jameer Preddy. Hayat Rameto. David Jeffrey Rivera. Kira Denise Robbins. Marie Kelly Saltveit, cum laude. Lee Scaralia, cum laude. Chun Isabella Schlesinger-Fried. Fermin Manuel Serrano Quintero, magna cum laude. Wendy Allison Sherman, magna cum laude. Oluwabermo Adeton Shoyoye. Sarah Sonia Rachel Silverstein, cum laude. Puvanpreet Singh. Tara Davy Singh. Dulce Sixtos Martinez. John Batista Somi III. Silvio Sum, cum laude. Andre Alexander Stepanov. Avery Williams Stivell, cum laude. Caroline Eileen Stolfi. Margaret Aaliyah Stoner, summa cum laude. Sue Shqui. Grant Huntley Pugh Sundstrom. Nora Boyden Taylor. Dalia Suriel Tejada, cum laude. Matthew E. Thomas. Jeanette Catherine Thornton, cum laude. Vivian Valentin, cum laude. Zachary Peter Villari. Maureen Grace Walsh. Wang Yijin. Bryce Beasley Williams. Harrison Max Schreier Worth. Leor Lev Wolf, cum laude. Emma Wu. Kayla Jaylene Enoa. Ida Zarabrook. Zan Tiang Hung. Shinji Zhang, cum laude. Erica C. Zerman. Valerie Lynn Zizik, summa cum laude. Next up, warehouse.
Good morning. I'm Patricia O'Hara, Faculty Don of Ware College House. And I'm so very happy to read these names of our graduating Ware students today. Oluwatoni Loba Murtada Abiru, cum laude. Denise Elisa Amaya. Anton Arapin, magna cum laude. John Francis Argast. Shako Chad Bailey. Ethan Lee Barnes. Renee Hatini Bakaba. Got this. Alexander Scott Biladu, cum laude. Nicole Alexa Baudo. Elizabeth Spencer Butler. Nathaniel John Cappuccino. Ethan C. Carlson. Stuart Joseph Cattell. Liam K. Aya Chan Hodges. Daniela Alejandra Charis. Emily Chen. William John Clark. Samantha Jo Clemens, magna cum laude. Jacob Loeb Cohen. Hello. Jordan Josephs Cohn, magna cum laude. Alexandra Bevan Collins. Gabriel Alexander Costello Pimsler, cum laude. Emma Joy Covert, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Cunningham, cum laude. Sophia Das. Sydney Greta Dawn. Lily Ione Day. Josephine Anna Delaney Soisman. Caroline Ann DeSantis. Anne-Marie DiCarlo. Jasmine Naomi Dixon, cum laude. Jackson Viris Dorogi. Maura Kristen Doherty, cum laude. A. Jacob S. DuPont. Etu Linus Eklund. Melissa Jo Epstein, magna cum laude. Alexander John Fiore. Quinn Nicole Fox. Tara Tennyson Francis. Emilia Tomislava Freelove. Gideon Sirkin Friedberg. Cody Brent Gerard. Rachel Ariana Gerb, cum laude. Hilna B. Gade. Dylan Alexander Grayson. Laura Jeanette Green. Tiara Niall Halstead. India Sky Herdman. Scott Michael Hodges. Nicole Kimberly Hoffman, cum laude. Catherine Montgomery Howard. Hu Yiming. Huang Yijing. Madeline Frances Hughes, magna cum laude. Nathan Daniel Hughes. Ryan Matthew Jacoby. Jaira Monet Jones. Cooper Cates. Brendan Edward Kilkenny, cum laude. Allison H. Codruff. Lauren Michelle Kranis, cum laude. Nguyen Chim Lai, cum laude. Rachi Rawit Lurkumsup, cum laude. Li Jingli. Li Yunhong, summa cum laude. John Corey Lamato. Jake Matthew Lippy, cum laude. Maya Claire Locker, cum laude. James Adams Lubin. Isabel Louise Lucas. Lua Yuntian Jackie, cum laude. Spencer Lyman. Christopher Peter Martorello. Joseph Charles McGrath, cum laude. Camden Folger McMillan, cum laude. James Christian Meacham. Brian John Meerholtz. Alexander G. Maricola, cum laude. Christian Joy Miles, magna cum laude. Alethea Flores Mills, cum laude. Molly Georgia Minter. Sophie Rangen Mitchell, cum laude. John Michael Monahan. Madeline Una Murray. Emily Jordan Neckes, magna cum laude. Cole William Nijerman, magna cum laude. Bridget Ann O'Donnell. Philip Nana Osei. Kaylee Sarai Pacheco Paz. Grace Armina Peerless. Morgan Kelly Wines Phillips. Tiernan Paul Posse. Connor Robert Prater, cum laude. Chin Kong Jun. Amisha Rashada Reed. Sinako Ann Remillard. Paula Guadalupe Resondiz. Jessica Sidney Ryle, cum laude. Glenn Tyler Robbins, magna cum laude. Benjamin Joseph Roberts. Sam John Rosenfeld. Gabriel Mira Torf Rubenstein. Warren Sanctuizen. Gabriella Marie Salai, magna cum laude. Arely Yasmin Santana. Ileana Teresa Santangelo. Danielle Scheinberg. Spencer Max Schiffino. Brandon Douglas Schneider. Amanda Ann Semergian. Shu Ming. Monica Lauren Siegel. Jamie Melissa Simensky. Louis David Sorokin. Bonnie Kathleen Sullivan, cum laude. Seun Ife, cum laude. Samir Mustafa Surti. Tao Ihua, cum laude. Tien Tien. Ellen Rose McMurray Very. August Martin Volk, cum laude. Carly Joy Whalen, cum laude. Megan Suzanne Whittier. Stephen Jeffrey Wiederhorn. Jacob Andrew Wolf. Yang Jogu. Ya Cheng, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth York. Olivia Quinn Human, magna cum laude. Juan Jawei. Zhao Xinjie, magna cum laude. Is that my last one?
My name is Brian Stinchfield, and I have the pleasure of serving as the faculty don of whose house? Brooks' house? Michael Reed Lewis Aberman. Molly Catherine Albright. Jacob Burns Amarello. Abhishek Anand, cum laude. Arella Lynn Berger. Alonzo Booth III. Sarah Elizabeth Brooke. Lydia Catherine Budd. Adam Frank Carcione. Marielle Castro Perez. David Castro Jr. Madeline Margot Cavalier. Vanessa Chen, cum laude. James Connolly. James Walker Connolly, cum laude. Sally Josephine Corrado. Marcus L. Covington Jr. Jordan Taylor Cupid. Victoria A. Daly. Royal Thomas Daniel IV. Christian Charles D'Antonio. Amelia Lorraine Auron Donnelly. Seth Alexander Duncan. Alexandra Gabrielle Edney. Sarah Lynn Fraser. Isabel Francesca Futch. Stephen Antonios Gerovasis, cum laude. Gong Yu. Jacob M. Goodkin, magna cum laude. Isaiah Alexander Gregorio Gordon. Joshua Gottlieb, cum laude. Timothy Timothy Briggs Gould, Jr. Anna Catherine Grady. Joseph Aloysius Granahan IV. Carolyn Crawford Greenberg. Cecilia Louise Herdeg. Ivana Del Carmen Hernandez. Anna Teresa Hess, summa cum laude. Justin Seiler Hebe. Grace Ann Howley. Yara Ibrahim, cum laude. Dylan Michael Jones. Barbara Kaputzin. Taylor Maria Kelly, cum laude. Corey Thomas Kirkisner. Carly Nawoon Kim. Trevor Gordon Kratz. Angela Gabrielle Parnerita Lacerna, magna cum laude. Amy Nicole Largacha Cedeno. Talib T. Lawal. JL Kiana Lewis. Bria Amanda Lewidis. Bosie Lee, cum laude. Lee Hung. Jutsi Lee, cum laude. Ingshi Lee, magna cum laude. Liao Shuming, cum laude. Ingrid Xiomara Lopez Martinez. Amanda Nicole Lopez Fazanella. Juliana Maureen Lynch, magna cum laude. Alexa Lynn Mangione. Andy Marquez. Shane Lewis McBride. John Michael McGee. Caitlin Brooke McGinnis. Julia O. McKay, magna cum laude. Kate Lynn Myers. Frank H. Murray Jr., cum laude. Wesley Charles Mize. Lin Huang Nguyen. Min Kong Nguyen, cum laude. Vei Nia, cum laude. Brandon James Olivier. Courtney Rose Overacker. Michael Papa. Brian Park. Molly Christine Patrick, magna cum laude. Ryan Patrick Palikas. Antonio Stefano Palusi. Ileana Pena. Dunahay Eden Pereira, cum laude. Tristan James Pesco. Joshua Cameron Peters. Alessandra Yvonne Petrozzini, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Pisani. Elizabeth Irene Reed, magna cum laude. Carter J. Reel. Alessandra Antonia Rella, magna cum laude. Melissa Ashley Reinstatter. Philip Albrecht Robalato. Krista Maria Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Emma Delaney Runk. Rebecca Rosenberg. Alexandra Elizabeth Rutnick. Laura Ann Sabatino, magna cum laude. Daniel Charles Sanders. Tyler Jason Schubert, cum laude. Beatrice Dolly Siegel, cum laude. Jonathan Michael Shaheen, magna cum laude. Emma R. Siegel. Coleman Jacob William Maximus Silver. Lin Fu Sin, magna cum laude. Alicia Thomas. Tien Yao Mu. Tenzima Omi. Catherine Ann Volosky. Emma K. Wallace. Connor Neil Walsh. Wong Bien Huawei, cum laude. Ishan Wong, cum laude. Mitchell Charles Winter. Allison Walters, cum laude. Phoebe Monroe Wood. Rachel Meredith Wiley. Ting Yu Vie. Sebastian Nelson Euste. Zhong Wu Yang. Daniel Gregory Zlabor, cum laude. It's in there somewhere. And last but not least, Jason David Zucker!
Congratulations, graduates. Will everyone please rise for the benediction by Joseph Pritchett, Director of Faith and Meaning. Remain standing after the benediction to join Yin-Shi Lee, class of 2019, in singing the Franklin and Marshall Alma Mater, conducted by Parker Nethery, class of 2019. The words are found in your program.
In all goodness and truth, let us pause and be in the fullness of the present, bringing our awareness to the weight that this moment carries for every one of us here today. And let us be grateful. Gratitude for today and the accomplishments this day represents. Gratitude for all of the days behind us that have made this day possible. And gratitude for all of the days ahead, for each new breath is a gift. As you go, may you be mindful of how this place has formed you, how the relationships you've made here sustained you, how the struggles fortified you, and how the knowledge gained here has been a light unto your mind and heart. May that light never burn out. I also ask for you wisdom. May you use your gifts in both great and small ways. For it is in those seemingly small daily choices in life that you can change the world. And now may we leave here in the spirit of love, gratitude, accomplishment, and wondrous possibility. Amen.
We hear the
Thank you all very much for listening today. A special day for the class of 2019 here at F&M. There's 2 boxes up front, one large one.